You ever get the feeling that everything in America is completely fucked up?
Two local men confronted authorities with a rather bizarre story and of being taken aboard by three unearthly creatures. One of the men suffered a nervous breakdown and is still under treatment.
I got bum rushed by a female Bigfoot. She dragged me into the woods and started carrying me sort of like a sack of potatoes.
Questions after more unidentified objects are discovered over U.S. and Canadian airspace.
Are aliens out there, and have they ever made contact with us?
It's that time again. You're about to receive your daily dose of audio vomit. We are going to talk about the things that go bump in the night and the things that you might see in the sky. We will even talk about Bigfoot and other stupid bullshit that will make your day fucking awesome. So grab your favorite drink, kick back, and turn up the volume. It's time for the Rick Itzari Show with your host, Rick Itzari.
Yeah, the Rick Itzari Show. Oh, yeah. What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning back in to the Rick Itzari Show here on Sunday, Father's Day, all things. Sitting here with the beer, almost empty though. But I'd like to welcome you back to the Rick Itzari Show for part 2 of the Mandalorian Effect. I got Star Wars in my mind, but the Mandela Effect, yes. The Mandela Effect. And I couldn't get my co-host that was on here last time, Greenman. I couldn't get him back on. I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's having family time on a Sunday. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but so how's it been, man? Men, ladies, gentlemen, whoever else is listening, it doesn't matter. Because I'm very grateful for you guys for tuning in and watching me on YouTube. And I like today, I actually saw that the numbers are growing for views and coming in and watching it. And I'm like, wow, okay, maybe this will take off for a little bit. I don't know, maybe, but I'm not in it for the clicks or views. I'm in it for the fun. I like broadcasting and meeting people and talking about experiences with life and sports and beer and UFOs and ghosts and UAPs, whatever. I'm old school. I love a good UFO story. I'm out of beer, so I have to get another one here in a little bit, but that's okay. So what's new? What's going on? This past week has been crazy. It's been nuts. War, the Middle East, Iran, Israel, our own country. It's nuts. I'm not a political. Well, I don't like to talk about political or politics on my show because we're not about that right now. There's other podcasts out there if you want to listen to that. And if you do want to listen to that, is an unofficial plug for him. He's one of my favorite broadcasters. His name is Tony Michaels. The Tony Michaels podcast. If you ever listen to that, it's great. I love listening to him. I love how he delivers his message. He inspires me. He really does. He truly does. And I'm just glad that he's out there doing what he does. And I'm glad that I'm able to do what I do and try to get some of this information out to you guys and also, learn something for myself. I don't know it all. I like to learn from other people. So this is part 2 of I almost said it again. I almost said the Mandalorian Effect, but it's Mandela Effect. So, if you're wondering what the Mandela effect is, it's a form or a false memory from like numerous people remembering something different than how it actually really is or how it exists. Um, let's see. These false memories can be very vivid and they can also be very detailed. And you can actually recall some of these events of what happened in this memory or effect, I would say. Um, it's just it's a phenomenon, I would say. I would say, yeah, I would say it's a phenomenon where just many people share this. And on the last show, on part one, me and Greenman, we talked about a few things. Just a few. I wanted to save. I wanted to do some more research on this. Uh, and one of the things we talked about that he was more interested in was the cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom um, commercial thing. I don't. I hope you remember that. Um, so it's people will argue all day long about this, about the logo's changed and this and that. There never was. Me personally, I remember one. I remember a cornucopia in it, but I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't. I just don't think I am. And hundreds of other people, or thousands, maybe, remember the cornucopia happening. Now, it's just one of those mind fuck things. It's just it throws you off. It really does throw you off. So before we get started, let's if you ever want to be on the Rick Itzari show, you can email me. The email address is going across the banner right down here. You can see it right. Well, my camera's kind of odd. Right down there, the Rick Itzari show at gmail.com. You can find that email address on my YouTube page. Also, you can find it on the Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook. So look for me there on Facebook, the Rick Sorry Show, and like it, share it. I post there all the time, and I hope that you know the word gets out more, and let us have some fun, chat, and talk. And I want to hear other people's encounters. So email me if you have an encounter with a UFO, a Bigfoot, a Yeti, a something strange or ghostly inside your house or somewhere that you have encountered. I want to know about it. I'd love to tell your story about it. Have you on the air? We could do it by phone. We could do it by, well, not by phone, not just yet. I'm fixing that problem right now. But we can do over video. I would love to, to have you come in and tell your story on the show. Um Let's see. Okay, so we were talking about the Mendel. I almost did it again. I gotta quit watching Star Wars before I do a show. Oh my gosh. I went back and started rewatching some of the Mandalorian stuff and also Kenobi. I started rewatching that. So this is where I'm messing up at. I shouldn't do that. But anyway, the Mandela effect. Um we were talking about me and Greenman, or Greenman and I were talking about the cornucopia. And I found this video of Elon Musk talking to Joe Rogan about his theory. Now, in the video, it says Elon is wrong. If he is, he is. If he's not, he's not. But it's a cool video. You know, everybody has their opinions right now about Elon Musk. Me, I like what he does for space stuff. I like how he wants to be adventurous and go out to Mars and see what's beyond our atmosphere, beyond our moon, beyond our, just beyond that. I love that. I love the fact that, he is trying to you know, it's kind of a catch-22 with the electric cars because of the batteries and the stuff it makes to make the lithium batteries, and then, the environmental thing with the cars. But, it's a good concept, it's a good idea. It's probably going to be the future, electric cars and or some type of powered car is more than likely going to be the future. Uh, Fossil fuels will eventually go off to the side, and having a fossil fuel car would just be something kind of unique and antique and to have. And but anyway, love him or hate him, this is the interview with Joe Rogan as he talks about that, and this really throws all a point about the Mandela effect and the cornucopia of Fruit of a Loom.
So did you see the lady that actually proved the Mandela effect as a government experiment?
So she was able to prove this?
Yeah. So one of the most popular Mandela effects is the Fruit of the Loom Mandela effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where everybody remembers there being a cornucopia on the logo of Fruit of the Loom clothing, but apparently there's not.
Yeah.
And this lady was super convinced that there used to be a cornucopia on the logo. But Fruit of the Loom came out and said that they've never had a cornucopia. Like, basically just calling this lady crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Fruit of the Loom even has a post of all the past logos they had, all the way back to like 1893. And basically they're trying to prove that they've never had a cornucopia on their logo. But then someone came out and they actually have photo proof of this, that they found a piece of clothing in their closet with a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo. And then after this, people did more digging, and they actually found newspaper articles talking about Fruit of the Loom and how there's a cornucopia around it.
So this is like the first Mandela effect to really be confirmed?
Yeah, then they literally found government documents of the Fruit of the Loom company mentioning a cornucopia, showing that the cornucopia has been a part of the company. So they can't say it's never existed, right? And since this lady has been able to prove this Mandela effect wrong, people now think that the government has been using the
Okay, so basically the video where I got this from, they're trying to prove that Elon Musk is wrong about this and that there's never been a cornucopia in this. And Elon was telling it was a video against Elon, talking about this subject. It's the only thing I could find right then that was, that was somewhat semi close to what we were talking about. But I don't want everyone to get that's watching the video or watching the YouTube get confused that I'm against this theory. I'm actually with Elon on this. Oh, nose itch there. I'm with Elon on this, and I agree with him. I think that there is a type of conspiracy through this. I want to hear your comments, or I put them in the comments in the YouTube or Facebook or whatever. I want to hear what you have to say about this because it's interesting. I'm always open up to ideas. I'm always open up to other suggestions. It, that's what it is all about. I'm not trying to make one point across because different opinions was what makes this happen, and I love that. I love the back and forth and rhetoric for that. It's just, I totally remember there being a cornucopia there, but I want to hear your opinions and your statements about it, and how do you perceive this, and how do you perceive that? Now, I know that there is different other ones that me and Greenman talked about. For example, Luke, I am your father. From Star Wars, there we go with the Star Wars reference again. All right, my fault, but hey, many people, misremember it from the Star Wars. And it's supposed to say, it says, no, I am your father. Okay. Man, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I remember both lines. I think when they made the movies and they redid them, the older VHS copies, I'm pretty sure you can go back and hear the real line in that. And when they digitized and made the extra scenes and with the remake of the Star Wars when they put it in THX, I think they could have changed it. I don't know. But that's an opinion, man. If it is, it is. Here's another one that totally threw me off that I found out. Looney Tunes, the logo for Looney Tunes. Many recall the cartoon series as Looney Tunes. You know, Looney spelled loony, then Tunes, Toons, but it's actually spelled loony, then Tunes spelled Tunes. It totally threw me off, and I was like, "No way!" So I had to go back and look at it, and I was like, "What?" But why would it be Looney Tunes? Okay, whatever. Right, we can go with that. Febreze is another one I found like that. Febreze. A lot of people remember spelling it Febreeze, which is spelled Febreze. I don't really remember because I didn't clean that much, so I didn't use that much Febreze before, so I don't remember. I really don't. And of course, the Berenstain and the Berenstein Bears, of course. But I mean, that's kind of an old one. That's kind of a common one to know about the Mandela effect. Here's another one that I've heard before, but I didn't know how popular it was as a Mandela effect. Sinbad as a genie. Now, a lot of people distinctly remember the Sinbad starring in a movie as a genie called Shazam, which never existed. I thought about that. I was like, wait a minute, didn't Shaq play Shazam as the genie? I think it was Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about that. Um, yeah, I mean, with the Mandela effect, it's not evidence of a parallel universe or time travel, but how can so many people have the same idea of a product or a memory or something that happened? It's just, but you got to also remember the internet has played a significant role in showing these examples of the Mandela effect also. So you can't just, it's a lot of influences, other people's ideas also trigger other people's memories and the internet, of course, because I mean, how many times are you on the internet per day? Come on. Yeah, we're on it as an Americans. We're on it a lot, all the way from Googling from a map to looking up stuff about the Mandela effect. Um, Man, let's see what else. There's been quite a few things. Quite a few things. Um, oh man, I'm trying to think. Of course, me and Greenman, we talked about the Jiffy peanut butter, and I told the story about Jiffy, the little dog. A friend of mine, she got a dog, and she named it Jiffy because of the peanut butter her grandmother bought all the time. And she always had Jiffy peanut butter there, and she remembers it, and she named her dog after it. So, okay, that one, and Jiffy, I remember Jiffy, but how did it come Jiff? I don't know. It's just one of those crazy things. Is here's another one. Yeah, I have to check my notes because I'll forget everything. I drink a lot, so and that reminds me I need to go get a beer here when we get a commercial break. Curious George. Yeah, people remember him with a tail. Evidently, he doesn't have a tail. A monkey without a tail. I go figure on that one. I don't know. I never really watched Curious George or had any of his books as a kid, so I don't really remember. Now, my daughter, she had books of it, but I can't find any of her old books. And they're somewhere in storage, and I just don't know where they're at. See, I'm trying to think somewhere else. Uh, oh, Sex and the City. A lot of people remember it as Sex in the City. Uh, yeah, that I never watched that show, but that's the whole thing. I'm sure we can find old commercials for that, but hey, you never know. I don't know, but that's another one. Let's see. Oh yes, Oscar Mayer. Oscar Mayer. Yes, I mean, if you're chunky like me, you should know about Oscar Mayer's logo. I always thought, an A for Meyer, Mayer. Yeah, that's how you spell it now, Mayer. But I always thought it was Meyer. Anybody know the song? You remember the song? If you want to come on to the show and sing the song, that'd be good. You know, you remember my baloney had a first name? Yeah, you remember that? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the song. I have a horrible singing voice right now. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of another one. Now here's one that I don't remember it being spelled this way, and this one really threw me off. And I do not recall it being spelled this way. Kellogg's, the cereal Fruit Loops, spelling fruit like um for years for I can remember some people saying Fruit Loops spelled completely out Fruit, then loops. The two O's in loops are the cereal pitchers, but it's actually fruit like root Froot with two pieces of cereal and loops with two pieces of cereal for the O's. That one threw me off. I don't know. I can't remember at all. But I kind of remember the loops with the two cereal in there. Um, let me see. Oh, here's a big one right here. The Monopoly Man. Remembering him to have a monocle. Uh, this man, people can argue over this forever. I can't remember him on the cards, the little chance cards or whatever it is, and some of the logos, him having a monocle in the older Monopoly games. I really do remember that. Now, a lot of people say he didn't, but I think he did. I think he had a monocle, and some of them people say no, he didn't have a monocle at all. Um, Now a lot of people are confusing that and the Monopoly Man and the Planters Peanut, mascot, Mr. Peanut. Now, which I love the Planters Peanut. He's that I don't know. I've always liked the Planters Peanut. It's a good logo. I really like it. Um it's Now he has the Planters Peanut has a monocle, but Monopoly, they're saying Monopoly guy does not have a peanut. Not have a peanut. He probably has a peanut. I don't know, but he doesn't have a monocle, and that's something that a lot of people argue back and forth with that. Another one's Pikachu's tail. The Pokemon little yellow thing. saying that it had black at the end of the tip of his tail, or it doesn't. You know, all you Pokemon players and connoisseurs, you can tell me a Pikachu's tail. Think about it. Um, Man, I'm trying to think of something. Cheez-Its. Oh yeah, this one blew my mind. Is it Cheez-Its or Cheez-Its? All right. Cheez little dot ITZ. Or is it Cheez dot IT? Cheez-It or Cheez-Its? I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't remember. I every time I see the orange cracker in the red box, I buy it. I grab it. I don't even pay attention to what is said on the front. And that's how they can get us, because people, we don't pay attention anymore. We kind of remember it, and that's how our memories get started with this Mandela effect. Um oh, here's another one that threw me off. And I would have never noticed it because like I said, I am a kind of a chunky guy and I love Oreos. Who doesn't love Oreos? Double stuffed Oreos. Is it double stuff? STUF or STUFF? Our lives have officially been a lie. If this is it, I don't know. Um, trying to see. No, I ain't going to get into that one because that's a long list. Because let's see. Oh, the Forrest Gump one. Life is like a box of chocolates. I don't know. Is that what Forrest Gump um actually said? If you listen closely, he says life was like a box of chocolates. Yeah, life was like a box of chocolates. You know, I everybody said it so many times in different ways. I feel like I'm bombing here. All right, because I'm not delivering on good ones here. Well, I mean, I have, maybe have, but yeah. So far, I mean, that's what it is, and but what the most and like the most evidence that I came across with this is with the Elon video, and there's other videos out there on YouTube. You can follow, find, and watch them. This is just my opinion. It's just one opinion, and I really do believe Elon is right about this. I think there is a conspiracy theory of covering some of this up to change our our line that we walk in our universe to go on to another timeline. I know that it's a long conversation to have. Yes, I know. But I think it was that roadblock in life that we took to move on to another timeline. It stopped. It stopped for us. It's like a glitch in the matrix, that kind of summed it up, with a lot of things in life. You have something weird in your life going on, and they're like, "Oh, it's just a glitch in the matrix." You ever heard that a lot of paranormal activity could be a glitch in your timeline, and that you're seeing stuff like almost like the hardware or the back wiring of your next timeline? I've heard of that kind of stuff, and that stuff kind of freaks me out. I have to say. Um, let's take a little break. I need to go get another beer, and and we'll talk some more. We'll talk some more about some UFOs, and get some news going on with what's going on in the UFO and paranormal world. And I didn't get any letters to Rick this week. I haven't really, had time to actually read them and find out what's going on. But it's it should be interesting to find out what's going on. So, saying that, I'm gonna play a short commercial for you, and we'll come back in here. Thank you for listening, and we'll come back in here in just a few minutes. Hi, folks. Do you have a loved one that's in the fourth quarter of their life? Or do you know someone that's on the 1 yard line and don't have any more timeouts?
Here at Stevens and Fox Funeral Service, we help you deliver that special someone over the line and into that end zone where they can celebrate that final play with championship in the sky.
So come on down to Stevens and Fox Funeral Service and we'll make a game plan for you.
We are located right off Route 9, about 100 yards past the Piggly Wiggly. Go Dogs!
Damn it, Bill, them rattling snakes are back again. Every damn year those motherfuckers slither their way back into our yard.
Kids, be careful while playing in the yard. We cannot afford to take another kid to the ER or the funeral home again.
Do you have a rattlesnake problem? Call Ralph's Rattlesnake and Rodent Removal. We are on the southwest corner of Skittles Avenue and 2 clicks down from the Waffle House next to the Best Western. Our friendly staff will treat you with respect as we handle your rodent needs. Call us at 828-555-9571. We are here to help you. We are closed on most Tuesdays and all day Sunday.
Wow. That's, something I just made up just, kill some time in between to go get a beer and get everything together. Let's do some news, some UFO and ghostly paranormal news. I don't know if you've heard this. I saw this. The UFO invasion in Colombia. Also, a second mysterious sphere appears in the sky. And I think this was like today or last day or so, is going on with that. With a mysterious metallic sphere was captured soaring above the fields in Colombia again, just 2 months after locals recovered. I kind of like the object before. They're calling it a UFO. It's a small sphere. It's a small sphere. They got the footage. It was on June 7th, over a sugarcane field, down in Colombia. It was doing different types of patterns, going back and forth, zigzagging, maneuvering, and doing loop-de-loops and whatnot. It definitely was not a conventional. It was definitely not a conventional, like aircraft or airplane or drone. I don't even know if drones can do that. I have never really played with one, but but anyway, the witness described, moving with great speed and just moving with so much freedom. And whatever it is, it's people thought it was a balloon, maybe filled with helium or something like that. Or when they posted it onto the internet, they thought it was made up, is computer generated or whatnot. But still, they described the sphere likely not from here. Now, on the first sphere, it had writing and had like this weird logo stuff on it. Now, I totally believe, and if this was made up, what was the purpose of doing this? To freak people out? Yes, probably, or just get, likes and clicks and whatnot. Okay, that's fine. You do what you got to do. But this sphere was able, to move around at low altitude before crashing into the woods or whatever. The first one, now I don't know if they captured the second one. but the video, has been analyzed and watched over and over again. It emits an electromagnetic field, and it generates a strong heat and may possess anti-gravity capabilities. Now, that is something that is just amazing. How can something, it's not, it's about as big as like a bowling ball. I think it is a little maybe bigger, maybe a fully inflated basketball. How can all of that small object contain that much stuff to produce heat and possibly anti-gravity? It just totally amazes me. That just, if this is real, if this is totally real, it is amazes me what else is out there for our technology to learn about and to research. That's what I want disclosure. I talk about it all the time. I say, hey, if it helps mankind to advance to where we're not having wars and where we're not having disputes over skin color, race, or well, the same thing, skin color, race, gender or whatnot, or who has what in their pants or whatever. If that helps to us advance to move past that subjects to why do we care? You know, what goes on and live in peace and harmony and to become a advanced civilization and to grow and educate ourselves where we don't have to worry about our daily lives how they are now. I'm all for it. Like I said, if we're paying taxes for a black budget, to go into space and do space exploratory, for other planets, I say go for it. If it can help us get to that end goal like that as the human race, I'm all for it. I mean, if it requires for me to dodge a pothole too, that's fine. But when you're talking about that, you're also talking about other budget cuts, and there's a lot of people that's already lost their jobs, and especially federal government jobs, and and that's a whole nother thing. We won't go past that. But anyway, I'm all for space exploration, and I hope that one day that we can get to that point to where we can make contact and we can be fair and share and love and care for each other instead of bombing each other, shooting missiles, who's hacking whose country. you know I'm just not for that. But this goes back, did the Pentagon make up UFO sightings to hide secret government projects? Now, that is something that a lot of people talk about that's in the UFO world. I sometimes think they do. I sometimes think they, like I've said before, I think the government has paid movie producers and creators, you know, um, to make up this kind of stuff, to make movies, to make images, to make different types of videos, to have the people of the world or just the US to get desensitized to the fact of aliens, or an impact from a meteor, or or an earthquake that's really big. um I mean, you name it. We have all kinds of disaster movies. I remember one of the movies that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. And I thought about it, and I still think about it to this day. It was an ABC movie called The Day After. It was a made for television movie. It was about nuclear war and the missiles being, we shot off missiles, or in Russia shot off. It was like, it was like kind of taking apart of what would happen if, and this was during the time the Berlin Wall was still up. So it was like the tensions in between that, and we shot off the missiles and nuclear war happened, and it was like nuclear fallout after that. And, it just scared the crap out of me always. But I still love that movie. I watch it ever so often when I can. I have it on Blu-ray. I paid a nice little price for it, but it's kind of cool to have it in your movie collection, I say. There's been, other movies, Independence Day, let's see, Deep Impact, all these movies, San Andreas, all these, world disaster movies. I think they were made to help, or not help, but maybe desensitize us to aliens and to get to actually put in our brain the fact that this could happen. An asteroid could happen. It could happen. It really could. They might not tell us about it because they know chaos would happen. Oh, it would be total chaos if we found out if we had 14 days to live because of an asteroid's coming straight to us and it's going to hit us. The world would just fall apart. I mean, it would just be total chaos. I mean, we're not going to sit around, hold hands, and sing "Kumbaya." We're going to. I mean, it would be nuts. Parties, nobody giving a fuck about anything. Everybody just out doing their own thing, killing, shooting, stealing, robbing, everything. It would be bad. It would be totally bad. But anyway, let's see. Let me see what else is. Oh, the sinister truth about what's really happening in Area 51 that the CIA is desperate to keep a secret. What is it? I mean, we already know what's happening in Area 51. We don't know. It's not nothing that can be reported out there can tell you what's really happening in Area 51 because nobody knows. We can't go out past the gates. I mean, come on now. That's not news. It's a good title. It's something to get you to click on their news website or something like that, but there's no way. I mean, there's no way information. Oh yeah. Well, with the New York Post, they posted the Pentagon secretly planted Area 51 UFO conspiracy theories to high classified weapons. I mean, we all know that. I mean, there's the base. They have bases in like areas in the Area 51 thing that's deep inside the mountains, like S4 and all that. And so we already know that. I mean, we know they test stuff out there. And we know they test stuff out in where is it? Utah. What's the name of that place? In Utah, outside of Salt Lake City somewhere. If you know what I'm talking about. Come on, people. I mean, you listen to UFO stuff and ghost stuff and all that stuff all the time. So not Groom Lake, the Groom Lake's Area 51, but Dugway. That's right. Yeah, Dugway Proving Grounds. That's it. Thank you for mentioning that. CNN actually posted, they posted this 4 days ago, that UFO believers who hope Trump will finally prove them right. Nope. Not going to happen. Not through him, at least. I don't think it will. I think he's got other things to worry about right now. And a UFO, follower or believer, conspiracy theory, he's not well, he may be for that, but for a UFO believer, he ain't got time for that. I'm not trying. I mean, he might say, "Oh, okay, yeah, you want some UFO information? Here it is. Come vote for me." All right, whatever. Anyway, yeah, the Pentagon has been pushing Americans to believe in UFOs for decades. I mean, when's that ever going to change? It's just a distraction, for that. Unless UFOs actually come in and there were like actually making contact, and there were, as a people, as a group, as Americans, Canadians, Mexicans, whatever, see this and have actually physically contact, that's when I'll be fully on board. I used to be, I'm seriously, I used to be fully on board with aliens, UFOs, and everything like that. Now, do not get me wrong. I believe in this stuff. I believe. I don't have physical proof that they are. I've seen some weird stuff in the skies. I have. When I lived in Mississippi, I definitely seen the Phoenix Lights. I know that. I know that for a fact, what I've seen. But actually getting to touch or to physically, have an encounter, no, I have not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe. Excuse me. I believe, but it's hard to it's hard to it's hard to phantom that there is something else out there, but it has to be, it has to be. um yeah, let me collect my thoughts about on this in a little bit here in just a second. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back to you and we'll talk more about this and see what else is going on. Are you depressed? Do you have bills? Do you have anxiety? Do you have work? Non-social life? Well, if you would stay single, this would not happen to you. But this would, woo, doggy, get you some, boy. Hair it up. Take you a handful of get you some, and you be peeing in the pool and partying all day and all night long. So get you some, and let's party all night long. Oh yeah. Good night, player. Get you some. Hi, folks. Do you have a loved one that's in the fourth quarter of their life? Or do you know someone that's on the 1 yard line and don't have any more timeouts?
Here at Stevens and Fox Funeral Service, we help you deliver that special someone over the line and into that end zone where they can celebrate that final play with championship in the sky.
So come on down to Stevens and Fox Funeral Service and we'll make a game plan for you.
We are located right off Route 9, about 100 yards past the Piggly Wiggly. Go Dogs!
Damn it, Bill, them rattling snakes are back again. Every damn year those motherfuckers slither their way back into our yard.
Kids, be careful while playing in the yard. We cannot afford to take another kid to the ER or the funeral home again.
Do you have a rattlesnake problem? Call Ralph's Rattlesnake and Rodent Removal. We are on the southwest corner of Skittles Avenue and 2 clicks down from the Waffle House next to the Best Western. Our friendly staff will treat you with respect as we handle your rodent needs. Call us at 828-555-9571. We are here to help you. We are closed on most Tuesdays and all day Sunday.
That Waffle House is like the bomb. Right down from the Best Western. Yeah. If you live or are lucky to live close to Waffle House, you should visit there. Support your local Waffle House waitress. They are awesome. They work hard. Waitresses work hard. Tip them good. Even your bartenders, anybody that deserves a tip, that do actually deserve a tip, that work hard for you, tip them good, man. Because you got to remember, they're only getting like so much per hour, like 213 or whatever it is per hour. It's ridiculous what the state wages are now these days, though. Here in North Carolina, seriously, here in North Carolina, our state federal wage is $7.25 an hour. And where I live in Nashville, you try to make it on $7.25 an hour. I mean, most places do not pay that. They pay way more, but not very much more. You can't make it. You can't make it at all. That's why I work 2 jobs and also have a OnlyFans page where I show my feet. I'm just kidding. I don't show my feet. I show someone else. But anyway, I'm just kidding about that. So, we were going back to, talking about UFOs and also cover-ups, the Pentagon covering up, stuff, sending out fake reports. I believe that they do. I really do. I just got a notification. We might be having Greenman actually coming in here in just a bit. I hope he does. Just got a notification that he might be. If he does, that would be great. I love to have someone to bounce some of this stuff off of to come in. So it's hard to say what, and if they're showing this fear like it's nothing, like it's just showing it in different videos and things like that. But when you come to the actual UFO things here in America, they don't show that stuff. They try to hide it as much as possible, or it'll be the last news report on your news. And it'll be, if it is in the middle, it'll be closer to the end, and it'll only be like 30 seconds. It'd be like, oh, UFO report sought it over Texas and blah 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 blah. And then next, this that. Let's see. Oh, Michigan. They've been saying Michigan has a lot of UFO sightings right now. I think they have like 10 different cities that has been reporting different UFO sightings like that. Right now, Michigan has 3,810 reported sightings, and that ranks number 11th in the nation. The other leaders include California with 16,825, Florida 800, and I think it's like 800, or no, sorry, 8,670, and Washington State at 7,464. That's nuts. I mean, gosh, that's a lot of sightings for that. So the top 10 in Michigan, I've saw here, the top 10, number 10, Sterling Heights, Michigan, and there's been 42 UFO sightings. And the most recently one was in December of 2024. Number 9, Holland, Michigan, with 44 sightings. Farmington Hills made number 8 with 45. Number 7, Warren, Michigan, with 50 sightings. Number 6, Kalamazoo. Oh yeah, Kalamazoo. I mean, who hasn't seen a UFO in Kalamazoo? I mean, gosh, been on tour of like Rat and Sebastian Bach up in Kalamazoo, man. That was crazy times. Kalamazoo has got some stories to tell, and it needs to stay in Kalamazoo. But hey, if you're in Kalamazoo, you saw 54 UFOs. Most recent one there was February 27th of 2025. So that is pretty recent right there. And of course, Ann Arbor. Okay. Ann Arbor, seen some UFOs. 58. 58. Okay. Okay. And then Flint. Come on. It's probably the water. It's probably the water is making you see stuff. But I saw, let's see how many Flint see? 61 UFOs, man. That's quite a bit of UFOs for Flint. And I just got confirmation that Greenman will be joining us, and we can talk about this a little bit more. Throw some more stuff off of him and get some ideas off of that. Lansing, Michigan, 65. Detroit, 103. And number one of all of the UFO sightings in Michigan is Grand Rapids. So what about Grand Rapids makes it a hotspot in Michigan, state of Michigan? I have no idea. But if you live in Grand Rapids and you want to get me some information about something you may have seen in the sky, that'd be great. You can email me. I ain't put up my information up here in a while. You can email me, or you can find me or hit me up on Instagram or the Facebook, and you can definitely send me some messages on that. And this is my email address right there at thericketsaryshow@gmail.com. And we have a special guest. He's back.
Oh,
Greenman.
hey everybody.
Hey, bud. I'm sorry I started the show without you.
Oh no, I was when you texted me, I was like half crashed out, and I checked real quick. I woke up and checked. I'm like, oh no, shit. I'm like, okay.
Nah, it's all good, man. I've been putting this show off for part 2 of the. I actually said it twice at the beginning of the show. I said the Mandalorian effect, and I was like, this is not Star Wars. It's the Mandela effect. Effect. I fucked up a few times. I apologize that.
That's okay. It happens.
Yeah. So we've been talking about that, the Mandela effect, for part 2, and I want to throw out some ideas, and I did some more research. And I showed the audience already, and we talked about some things. And right now, we were just talking about some news, some headlines, and also the top 10 cities in Michigan where they've been reporting UFOs at a lot. And let me throw this one off at you. And they're saying number 4 is Flint. I was like, it's probably the waters making you see all that stuff.
Maybe they're fucking up the water. Maybe just them being, if that's true, maybe them being around so much is having some kind of adverse effect on the water.
That's true. A lot of these cities are close to water, if I'm not mistaken. Ann Arbor, isn't Ann Arbor? That's right on the ocean, right there, on the Great Lakes, ain't it?
I think so.
I think so. Detroit is, isn't it? Detroit. Yeah.
I'm from California, man. We're not really taught things out here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Geography, right. Yeah. My buddy from Iowa is like, always used to bust my balls. He's like, they fucking teach you goddamn geography in California.
Well, I'm gonna, since you missed it, the first part, I'm gonna play video and see what you think. And this goes back to something that caught your interest last time. I'm gonna play the video again, as we was talking about the Mandela effect, about the cornucopia in Fruit of the Loom.
Okay, let me close my garage door real quick. So
go ahead. As you check out everything that Greenman has in his garage right there. Ooh, there we go. To the dark side with Greenman.
All right. Right on the street, so I get all the street on the street. So.
Oh, okay. So as you know, I had, ever since Elon got in this political stuff, I kind of had a love-hate thing for Elon Musk. But overall, in a way, I love him because I love how he does the space stuff and, and the electric car stuff, and that's cool. But whatever, But he had an effect. He was on the Joe Rogan show, and he talked about this. Now, the person that made the video is trying to prove that Elon's wrong, but Elon was saying this before, the video was made, so he's going back saying Elon's wrong and whatnot. Just watch the video and listen to what Elon says. Don't really pay attention to what this other person is writing, on. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I like that, and that's what the show is about. Opinions, facts if you got them. Just whatever. All
Good
right,
stories.
yeah, good stories.
I just want to interject real quick.
Yeah.
Nicole, if you're listening, I'm not trying to poop on your story. I was just trying to hunt down the facts. I think it's a freaking killer story about the whole guy, dude. Remember the guy using?
Yeah, the Halloween decorations.
Yeah, it was the story was so cool. I had to backtrack it. I wasn't trying to BS your story. If it was really cool, I wanted to know. I just was thinking about that the other day, and I'm like, Nicole might be out there running. I'm trying to shit on my story.
And next, now that you said that, I'm going to email her and see if I can get her to write back and give us, or actually come on to the show and talk to us about that.
Yeah, that'd be even cool. Because regardless, it was a freaking cool story.
Yes, definitely, for sure.
All right, so sorry to start it.
All right, no, it's okay. It's okay. Here's that video. Here's the video.
So did you see the lady that actually proved the Mandela Effect as a government experiment?
So she was able to prove this?
Yeah. So one of the most popular Mandela effects is the Fruit of the Loom Mandela Effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where everybody remembers there being a cornucopia on the logo of Fruit of the Loom clothing, but apparently there's not.
Yeah.
And this lady was super convinced that there used to be a cornucopia on the logo. But Fruit of the Loom came out and said that they've never had a cornucopia. Like, basically just calling this lady crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Fruit of the Loom even has a post of all the past logos they had, all the way back to 1893. And basically they're trying to prove that they've never had a cornucopia on their logo. But then someone came out and they actually have photo proof of this, that they found a piece of clothing in their closet with a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo. And then after this, people did more digging, and they actually found newspaper articles talking about Fruit of the Loom and how there's a cornucopia around it.
So this is like the first Mandela Effect to really be confirmed?
Yeah, then they literally found government documents of the Fruit of the Loom company mentioning a cornucopia, showing that the cornucopia has been a part of the company. So they can't say it's never existed, right? And since this lady has been able to prove this Mandela Effect wrong, people now think that the government has been using the
Right. So what do you think of that? What do you think of what Elon was saying?
Yeah, for the most part, I would definitely agree. Because looking at those logos, dude, because
I don't remember any of those.
I do.
I remember some, but I definitely remember the cornucopia.
Well, see, I was born in '73. I remember the cornucopia. And I remember, and I was looking at them, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I remember that one. That's the one I remember after the cornucopia. And that was the one that they said ran from 78 to 83 or something like that.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Because I remember thinking when I was a kid, oh, they changed their logo.
Yeah. Remember, you remember the commercials where they would dress up as the fruit and stuff like that. Yeah. And that was in the 80s, and or they probably dressed up before that.
I think they started that late 70s, I think.
Yeah, I remember in the 80s, when I was old enough to, because I was born in 78. So, watching Saturday morning cartoons and afternoon cartoons and stuff like that, those commercials came on. And I remember the logo of the cornucopia. So, I mean, the person that made the video, they're saying is photoshopped and stuff like that. Okay, I get that. It's all
Let's see. If somebody else photoshopped it, that is exactly how I remember it when I was a kid.
Right. So, how do they get the information to Photoshop that?
Yeah. I mean, even the direction of the curl of the cornucopia. Yeah, it's all the placement, the size.
It's all that, man. So that's other things, and so we talked about earlier some other Mandela effects. So I'm going to throw these at you and see what you remember. Let me pull up my notes again here. Okay. And we already talked about some of this over here. We talked about the Jiffy peanut butter. And I told you a story about the puppy and the Jiffy and it being Jif now. Now, here's one we didn't talk about that I talked about earlier in the show, and I was going to throw this off onto you. Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes logo.
Yeah, I remember there's something.
Yeah, Tunes. The Tunes part is spelled Tunes.
TOO.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be TOONS, like cartoons, Looney Tunes, you know?
Well, yeah, it also meant because
Yeah.
2 O's and then tune. Yeah, that's what I remember.
But now the logo says Looney, LOONEY.
Musical tune.
And tunes, yeah. TUNES.
Yeah.
I don't really remember TUNES. I always remember tunes, TOONS.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy. It makes zero sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember 00.
All right, we talked about the Berenstain Bears. Oh, here's one. Now, I tried to look back at some of my daughter's old storybooks to see this, and I can't find any of her old books. They're somewhere in storage or she has them. But Curious George.
Okay.
Not having a tail. Does he have a tail or not having a tail?
Yeah. See, when I was a kid, I read a bunch of the Curious George books, and dude, I remember it that the way he was animated. Most of the time, he didn't, but I remember there were like clips in some of the animation like where he did.
I don't remember. I never had Curious George books as a kid. I bought them for my daughter, but I don't remember. I read them to my daughter. I just don't remember at all.
Yeah,
and the cartoons
I think he didn't.
And the cartoons now, you know, that my grandson watch, you know, he doesn't have a tail at all.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else was it? Oh, here's one. Sex and the City.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I never watched it, but
I've always thought it was Sex in the City.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Evidently, we're both fucking morons.
Well, either that or just guys.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, all we heard was sex, and we were like, sex, okay.
It's like,
let's watch that shit.
Yeah, and then like 5 minutes in, it's just 4 chicks talking about their problems in the city. It's like,
I'm like, fuck, I'm missing Family Ties for this, you know, or Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Oh, Febreze. Now I talked about this earlier in the show and how it's spelled. Like it's like stuff, like it's everyday stuff, but you thought Febreze is spelled Febreze, but it's not. It's Febreze. I'm like, well, I didn't clean enough in my house to actually give a damn, you know, how it's spelled. I was just like, okay, here's something that smells good. Squirt, squirt, squirt. All right, it doesn't smell like beer and pizza in here anymore.
Yeah. I'm pretty much
yeah. And now as a person, I talked about this earlier. As a person of chunkiness, Oscar Mayer.
Oh,
the word Meyer. You remember the song?
Yeah.
All right. They're going Meyer.
Yeah.
I thought it was Mayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the song how it goes, but I guess I can YouTube old commercials.
You're gonna make me date myself. I ain't singing it.
Come on, Greenman, you gotta sing it.
No.
Shit.
My baloney.
I don't get you.
Name.
Yeah.
It's
I thought it was
OSSAR.
MAYER.
It's OSSAR Oscar, and then my mom has a second name,
OSCAR. Yeah.
AYER.
Yeah. It blows my mind on this one. I'm like, man, I should know this. You know how many times I sang that song as a kid?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
And now I can't remember how I sang. You know, it's just like that's nuts. But you're the people that are watching this, they're missing out on your singing voice, bud.
Well, they're
Right.
gonna keep
Don't let them down. Don't let them down.
No, they're gonna like I'll play. I'll pull my guitar out. I'll play, but I'm not singing.
Let's see. Oh, here's another one. Fruit Loops. I don't remember it being fruit actually spelled out. You know, I just thought the Fruit Loops, FROOT, then loops OOPS, and they're both the O's and fruit and loops are the little cereal. I don't remember. I mean, I'm seriously, I don't remember. I would read the rest of the box. You know, as a kid eating it, you know.
See, I was never a big Fruit Loops fan. But I remember it being spelled out.
Yeah, I don't really remember that well about that, you know, because you remember as a kid you would take the box and read it and look at it and stuff like that and what they had.
Yeah, but you'd be paying more attention as to what the fucking special prize was inside that time.
Yeah, and what's the story on the back of it? You're not looking at the front.
Yeah.
So that's where. Oh, here's a good one right here. The Monopoly Man with his monocle. Now, what do you think about that?
Yeah, he always had a monocle.
I thought so too. You remember the little chance cards and the whatever? Yeah. I remember some of the logos, him having a monocle in it.
He always had a monocle. Yeah.
They're saying he doesn't, you know.
No, yeah, him and Mr. Peanut always had a fucking monocle.
That's the thing about that. This what brings this up in my notes. Like the fact it doesn't have one. This is some suggest they might be getting confused with the Planters Peanut guy. You know, Mr. Peanut. Now, Mr. Peanut definitely had a monocle.
Yeah, but that was one of the characteristic things. It's like back in the day, it's like, you know, they have certain ways of drawing certain characters back in the day that was kind of like, okay, the things that they were associated with,
right?
Kind of like was a visual perspective of their character.
Exactly.
And all the millionaires, they always had top.
They had monocles. Yeah,
they always had monocles. I mean, that was a person. Oh, he's the rich character.
Yeah, and the distinguished characters, very distinguished, had monocles.
Yeah.
Mr. Peanut was supposed to be a distinguished guy. He had a cane.
Yeah.
Everything. He was supposed to be distinguished. So, you know, Monopoly Man definitely should have a monocle.
Yeah. I always, I remember some of the cards.
Oh yeah.
It's like I remember there was one with his face. He had a monocle I remember seeing the monocle and yeah.
I mean, that kind of stuff. That's the Mandalorian. I did it fucking again. I watched Star Wars this past week. I watched Kenobi again to get caught up, and I watched the last season of The Mandalorian to get caught up for the new one. And then I was like, now I'm just constantly thinking about Mandalorian now, and we're doing Mandela Effect. I did some UFO news, man.
What's going on?
Your basic stuff, government cover-ups. I see one of the news articles I read about. Oh, did you hear about this? This happened in the last 8 to 10 hours. A new sphere in Colombia. They got it photographed and everything like that. Have you heard that yet?
No.
It's through Daily Mail. UFO invasion in Colombia as a second mysterious sphere appears in the sky. This one was flying low over a sugarcane field, and it was it seemed to have it seemed to have like a different like zigzag patterns. It was maneuvering back and forth, and it definitely was not an aircraft. This video, oh man, I wish I could post it on here or show it on there. I need to figure that out. I need to get my shit together and get a little bit more.
If it had a different zigzag pattern, maybe that's because it was looking for its buddy that got shot down.
Could be, but it was. They say you could tell how the size it was. It had some type of anti-gravity device in it to make it to do what it did.
Yeah.
So that's been the last 8 hours of 8 to 10 hours of this has been posted on there. There's I think they filmed it June 7th. I know it, but it's just now getting out and everything. Of course, something like that is not going to be the top of the line idea,
Yeah. And then it being in Colombia.
Yes, yeah.
Through the info change.
What do you think? Did the Pentagon make up UFO sightings to hide secret government projects? That's the next topic.
When?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. When?
Yeah, when they have it.
Yeah, it's like they've probably done it 100 fucking times.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. What about the sinister truth about what's really happening in Area 51 that the CIA is desperately keeping secrets? I mean, that goes back to the same subject.
Yeah, they've been doing that because
for the beginning, ever since they built the first.
Like a couple years after they developed the base, they turned around and they wouldn't even let Eisenhower on the fucking base.
Yeah, I do believe that they have gotten overwhelmed with so many projects and so many things that they're doing on so much scientific research that they had to split it up, and that's why they developed Dugway, Proving Grounds.
Well, I mean, it is a good place to cover because you have multiple government contract companies out there. You've got you've got General Atomic, you got Raytheon, you've got a couple of medical companies because like a section of the area is just all chemical and biological research.
Yeah, I'm thinking they split it up. They doing like aerial stuff and other kind of research at one, and chemical and biological research at the other.
And since it takes up like the whole fucking like lower quarter of one entire state, pretty much, including a couple corners of the others around it, it's a hell of a lot harder track to get in and spy and see what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. So. Let's see. What was the other one? What was the other one I had that I saw? I'm trying to find the other Area 51 subject that I had. Oh geez, now I can't even find it. Oh, here it is. The Pentagon secretly planted Area 51 UFO conspiracy theories to hide these classified weapons. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah. They distract you with something fake, so if you see something that they're actually working on.
Yeah, and that's what I was going back to saying. Maybe they're paying. The government is paying like producers and also digital creators to put out these little things, short YouTube videos or short clips of something to maybe distract it from whatever else they really are trying to make
they
or get reactions to.
Yeah, they are currently doing that on multiple psyops. There's been a lot of creators that have come out and say, hey, the government offered me this to do this or this, hey, if I promote this person, then hey, I get paid this. And dude, that's old news.
It is.
That's definitely going on.
I wonder how, with all the creators now these days, how easy are people to fall into it? Like, dang, that would get me clicks and numbers and likes and views and paychecks, and that's why they do it. They don't care.
That's dude. Yeah, you look at dude, that in a handful, we're starting to see it now, but in a handful of years, we're gonna seriously start seeing cases of mental disorders that are all tied right into this.
Oh yes.
People don't give two fucks. Look at that retard Johnny Somali. Have you heard about him?
Yes, I have heard about that.
He got fucking kicked out of Japan for being a fucking jackass. He got kicked out, I think, Thailand for fucking being a jackass. Now he's trapped in fucking South Korea for being a jackass, looking at 23 plus years possibly.
And be honestly, how the hell do you get kicked out of Thailand? Come on. You gotta fuck up big time to get kicked out of Thailand.
You got another guy, Vitali or something like that, that I think he's in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And the fucking president of the Philippines has come out and said, nah, we're getting this motherfucker.
Yeah, you're staying. You're staying here.
Yeah. How many people end up fucking like killing themselves every year trying to get a selfie or some stupid fucking shit like that?
Because of the digital creator. All for likes and clicks.
Clicks and digital clout that doesn't mean shit.
No, it hasn't. But you know what I have noticed though, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here though. The show itself is actually growing in numbers and each week, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That means, but I'm not in it for the clicks and the likes and the whatever. I want it, for information, to share information. I want people to come on here almost like a therapy session, to be able to talk about their encounters of anything from anything strange, Bigfoot, UFOs, alien abductions. I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
I want to hear about it. And if you want to be on the show, my email address is down below here, scrolling on a banner. You can email me and we'll get you on there. And we'll have 2 or 3 people in the room, anything asking questions. I would love to, have more guests and more people to actually come on to tell their stories, especially ones that want to send me their letters and stuff. I'd rather have them come on the show. So, it's, I actually haven't got any emails. Nobody sent anything this past week. So I didn't have letters to Rick yet. And so, but I'm kind of hoping I'll get some more here soon, more likes and more content that we put out and everything like that. Now with these UFOs, these creators and stuff like that, they're putting out these false, like they're adding in UFOs and spots and they're saying, oh, we saw UFOs, we saw this, we saw that. And people may be going out there to the same spots and same locations, and giving them false hope and maybe seeing something like that, but your chances of actually seeing a UFO is what? Very slim. I mean, you're not going to just go out and look at the sky and see one. I mean, how can these same people keep seeing UFOs over and over again? I probably seen, I know for sure in my lifetime, I seen 3. One I know for sure because I told you about the Phoenix Lights. I was there. I know that for number 1 for a fact. That's what I saw in the sky.
Yeah, that's a solid.
The other 2, they were so far up and they were just floating along or whatever. I don't know if it was. I'm not going to say. I know it was unidentified. I didn't identify it. I don't know what it was. So to me, that was a UFO.
Yeah.
So there was like 2 other occasions. But that's it. I'm almost 47 years old, and I've seen 3 in my life. And you got people seeing 1 a week or 2 a week or whatever. How the hell?
Yeah.
Some bullshit's going on right there.
Yeah, possibly either that or.
Have you seen anything like in the skies or lately or
not in a while?
Yeah,
not in a while. I mean, and even here, San Diego is kind of a hot spot. We see, regularly see, something on the news. Balls of light or something, out here.
Especially out close to the ocean area, right? And I was like, guys, I've heard that there's been quite a few sightings off the coast there in San Diego.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, well, that's where like the Tic Tac videos
Oh yeah, where they're from. The ones
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the one I had in my intro in my video and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think that actual one was taken off the coast by because I know one of the pilots, Favor, something like that. He was off the Nimitz, and
Oh yes,
that's one of our hometown ships.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, what do you've got going on this week? What I mean, have you heard any stories, anything, any encounters or anything like that?
No, nothing really, firsthand or even like really tales told. Just work. It's been working
Same
out.
here. Same here. I've been meaning to do the show for the last 3 days, and I've been posting them on Facebook on the Rick Asari show page, Facebook page. Yeah, man, I'll get it out this Friday or Sunday or whatever day. I could be out there cutting the grass right now, but I'm like, no, I think I'm going to podcast.
Yeah.
I just haven't really felt like it. It's just where everything going on in the world right now, man. We're on the verge. Anything can trigger World War III right now.
Well, yeah, we got see the one of the things too, it actually being a world war isn't just like one party fighting another party or one kind of alliance. We have multiple places around the world that aren't tied to each other, that are either popping off or on the verge of popping off.
Yep.
So
I think about it. I think about it constantly. Actually, I'm like, oh my god, if we do go through another world war, it's not going to be fought in other countries. It's going to eventually be here on our coastlines and here on land.
Very potentially this time.
Yes. Yep. And we're not going to, it's not going to be all Europe and Asia again. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But hey, it hasn't happened yet. Until it does, I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, well,
there's nothing you can do if it does,
well, yeah.
Yeah, sort of, I guess.
I'm stocked up on ammo a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, and we got some too. We got a few BBs here and there. We got some pellets.
Like going out without a fight.
So, nothing new, no encounters, anything like that. Just
no. Just weird.
Now I'm glad that you joined me today on a special long show today. Or I broadcast a little bit longer than I do because it's Father's Day.
Okay.
Yeah. Just trying to get something special out for everyone that is fathers. And and my daughter texted me earlier and she wished me happy Father's Day, sent me like this Beavis and Butthead kind of meme thing. She knows I love Beavis and Butthead, so that's awesome.
Yeah. I was really jazzed to see him bring the series back.
Oh yes, it is funny too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
especially that they're older.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't think there's going to be a new season through.
No.
So yeah, it looks like it kind of.
Yeah. Did you see the new movie? Oh yeah, the guy from the guy that their neighbor shot John Redcorn.
Oh, dude, have you heard? Oh man.
Yeah, I heard the story about that, and that's screwed up, man.
That's fucking that's nuts, man. But yeah. I even watched an interview or a thing where it's like they were having like a King of the Hill Q&A panel.
Oh
yeah. And he came in all salty about it and whatnot, and yeah, it sucks, man. Sucks. People go through shit and hard times, and
Yeah. That's sad. He did other stuff too. He was on a couple other shows. Wasn't he on like Parks and Rec too?
Yeah. They were saying he was on Parks and Rec.
Yeah, he sure was, and that was a good show. I love that show. So
yeah,
I don't know if you ever got a chance to catch that, but
no, I never got into that. But love King of the Hill. Love King of the Hill.
Oh yeah, King of the Hill was Boomhauer. He was like my favorite. That that one episode where he tried to call 911 to report a fire.
Oh,
You remember that? Man, we went up, been on fire. We went boom, everywhere, man. Come on down. I mean, every time I see that episode, when it plays as a rerun and stuff like that. And yes, I said rerun because a lot of people don't know what reruns are now. Younger kids don't, but yeah. Every time I see that, I'm like, oh my God, I lose my shit every single time.
Dude, yeah. But now Dale, the guy that did Dale, he passed away.
Yeah, he passed away. It sure did.
So,
I heard they're going to replace him, like another voice or get close to it.
If anybody, I mean, I love Dale. Dale was awesome character. But if anybody could easily be written out later on in time, it would be Dale for all the damn smoking.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they could play him out, or it's like
a conspiracy theory.
Or one way I was thinking is they could give him a cancer kazoo, and that would kind of like even out the voice change in it, and it kind of would.
Yeah, he can do that. Yeah, you could totally do that, dude. I haven't heard anybody say cancer kazoo in so long.
Oh man,
you remember Ned from South Park?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Hey boys, how are you doing today?
we had one cat. We had one cat would come into the will call at my old work, and he had one real nice guy. But dude, he came in like fucking fitting to wrestle bulls one day into will call, and he's and what? He starts pointing to his thing. It's like, he mouths battery. His fucking batteries died in this fucking thing. Oh, dude, all right, I'll run out and get you because we're so bad. Like, I'll go. What size do you need? I'll go grab you a couple real quick. He's like, fucking thing. That was his first word, that fucking thing.
Oh god. Oh my god. I haven't met anyone in a long time that actually have one. I just like, can you picture everyday conversations with someone you have one as a roommate or something like that?
Like, we're leaving the turds in the toilet.
Yeah.
Flush the fucking bowl.
Flush the fucking bowl. Oh my shit, man. Oh man, that shit's funny. But anyway, oh man, I really do appreciate you coming on the show and finishing up. No, it's okay, man. Finishing up the part 2 of the Mandela Effect. I almost did it again. Almost said Star Wars. Yeah, but I'm going to be doing another show sometime this week. I'm going to try to get Manny in here with you and maybe my friend Patrick Bailey, bounce off stuff. And Patrick himself, man, he is a cut up, man. He's a character in himself. That you could do a whole show just on him.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, but he's the one that he's in the band and Nevada Rock. Shout out to them. Yeah, nice. Nevada Rock. Yeah, he's wanting to do the video and do it out there at the little alien on and also on the extraterrestrial highway. So hopefully in August I'll be going out to Nevada to help him shoot that. And
cool.
Oh, check this out, Greenman. Check this out, man.
All right.
I got this in. Check it out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
somebody printed this out for one of my friends, and I got it framed. It's the actual picture.
Patterson,
it was Patterson Gimlin film.
Now you just got to get it autographed.
Oh, that would be nice to get it from what's his face.
Have you seen the Bigfoot vlogs, the AI vlogs that people are making?
Yes, I posted one. I posted one on the Rick It's Sorry Facebook page. That was oh my god, the one where he's hanging out with the Yeti and everything like that. Oh god, it is funny. Those things I watch them every single time. And man, if you haven't seen that yet, everybody, just go on Facebook. You'll find them. They're logged in somewhere.
Yeah.
I posted one on my Facebook page on the Rick It's Sorry show page. search through that. You can find it. Oh my God, they are so funny.
Yeah, just go on YouTube and search Bigfoot
Oh yeah,
dog, and you'll find it.
have you seen the one with the gnome, with the little gnome in the woods where he stole the camera and everything? He's running with it, and
no,
and he stole a beer or something like that, and he's like trying to chug it, and then the beer's like bigger than he is.
Oh no, dude, I haven't seen the gnome, but have you seen the one with the alien?
No, I haven't seen that one. I've seen most of the Bigfoot ones though.
Yeah, he's done two different. I saw a couple of them where it's like, he's walking around and he's like, there's this weird humming off deep in the forest. I'm gonna go see what it is. And he's walking and he's like, oh, this is part of the woods and I usually don't come to. Kind of scary, and he's just fucking selfie stick the whole time.
I have to, that is hilarious when the Bigfoot, they had the selfie. Have you seen the one with the Native American ones? The Native American Indians?
No.
He's talking about like mating with one chick and something like that, and she gave him a disease or something.
I did see one where it was like the Yeti, and he's like, yeah, banged this chick last night. She said she had gonorrhea, but she had both eyes, so she must be fine.
Yeah.
And he's all running the next morning. The white monster's hurting. The white
monster's hurting. Yeah. You're seeing them when he's like fishing and stuff like that, and they're out there open fishing. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. But dude, whoever did that, dude, that's awesome, man. You made the whole world so much better.
Look for the little alien ones, because he finds this little fucking alien. And this alien gives him this purple rock, and makes him sniff it. And dude, the Bigfoot's tripping, but his eyes turn purple. The fucking dude is tripping balls for like the next thing. Dude, that's like half of those Bigfoot videos. He's either drinking beer or fucking like mushrooms and shit, tripping balls out in the forest.
Oh man, that guy that created that stuff. That's that's good stuff right there.
He hit good on that one.
Yeah, definitely so for that. Oh man, well, it's stuff like that makes the world go round, man. It makes it good. So
you gotta look for the silver lining and things.
Yo, definitely for sure. Greenman, I'm going to sign off for the night.
All right,
I'm going to go try cut the grass.
There you go.
I've had a couple of beers since I've been home from work. I had to work today, so
watch your toes.
Oh, definitely. I'll let you know. Yeah, wear shoes on this one. Man, Greenman, I really do. I appreciate you coming in on Sunday. To broadcast and hang out with us and here on the airwaves. I really appreciate it, man.
Anytime. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
It's fun.
Now, if anybody's got any stories, any encounters that they have ever had, want to get your story out, want to talk about it, want to talk about any subjects like that, please email me at therickitsorryshow@gmail.com. The banner usually plays right here. I haven't got it turned back on yet. Here, I'll put it back on there right there. There you go. You can follow that email address, and you can find that on my Facebook page, on the Rick and Sorry Show Facebook page, or the Instagram. Now, I don't have Twitter or X yet. I was thinking about making one though. I'm not really sure. I don't know just yet. But if it can reach out to more people. Oh, also you can listen to the show on Spotify. I've been leaving that out, and also on iHeartRadio. So that's a good one right there. I've noticed a lot of people have been hitting on the iHeartRadio and also on the Spotify. So that's good. That's good stuff right there. And I really do hope that everyone will join me again here on the show and come watch Greenman. If you ever have any questions for Greenman, please chime in. Send an email. We'll get it out to him. We'll get him on the show and you on the show and whatever we need to do, man. We'll make this work.
Let the hitters flow.
That's right, man. That's right. Well, everyone, keep your head on a swivel and keep looking up. And remember, all the difference between you and me is just a couple of drinks. What do you say about that? Yeah?
Well, I don't drink anymore, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Root beer man.
So, yeah.
Root beer. All right. I'm I'm out of here, dude.
All right,
Take
bro.
care.
Take it.
You have been listening to The Rick It's Sorry Show. Tune in again for more crazy stuff that will make you wonder, what the hell did I just listen to? If you would like to follow The Rick It's Sorry Show on social media, search for the show on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you would like to be on the show to tell about an encounter you may have had, you should email Rick at therickitsorryshow@gmail.com. And remember, the difference between you and me is just a couple of drinks, a tinfoil hat, and one crazy night in Asheville.